Hi, so this is a continuation of my series of reviewing all the Jane Bombers leading up to No Time to Die. So also, um, as I review uh, Jane Bomber, the two, three Jane Bomber each month leading up to No Time to Die, I rank them. So the way I rank them is, most people like will rank all the Jane Bombery from like what the best, stuff like that. Like all 24, 25, or 26. How many you want to count? Like if you count No Time to Die and Never Say Never Again. So um, the way I'm ranking them is I would rank all Your Lady Me separate. I rank all of Sean Connery, Jay Bombery, all seven of his from Worth the Best, all Roger Moore, Worth the Best, both of Timothy Dalton, Jay Bombery, Worth the Best, so on and so forth. Okay. Um, now I'm on. I spent the other day spent reviewing all four of Peter Brosnan, all four of his game memory. Now it's time for me to rank all four of his game memory from worst to best. Um, um, so Peter Brosnan. Peter Brosnan is a James Bond actor that probably many James Bond fans grew up with, and he probably the James Bond actor that a lot of fans got into. That got into with like GoldenEye or Tomorrow Never Died, The World Now Enough, and GoldenEye, the one that probably a lot of fans got into because the awesome Nintendo 64. To be honest, I never played that game because it would always throw out or as year went on and I tried to go to video game stores, it was too expensive, even online. But I did, when I was a little kid, had the World Not Enough for Nintendo 64. And but I couldn't beat it because I never had the memory card because my Pikachu edition Nintendo 64 it required me to have a memory card. When I was a little kid, I never knew how to save it. So when I went to another level and I turned it off, it went back to the beginning. Okay. Um. The very first James Bond movie I ever saw in theater was Die Another Day. So I do have nostalgia for it, even though that I found out as I got older and from critics and fans that it's a bad James Bond movie. Even though it's a bad James Bond movie, uh, there are some good stuff in the movie. Let me let me clarify that the movie not 100% garbage, bad like fan or critic make it out to be. Okay, um, I would say the first 20 minutes is awesome when he gets tortured, all that stuff. It's good. He have a beard, all that stuff. It's fantastic, awesome. The movie sure went that route, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, when I was a little kid, there were three Game Bond actors that I kept watching over and over. Because it's the Game Bond actors. So you can say that the three that I got into, that I was watching a lot when I was a little kid, and the other three James Bond actors that grew on me, or I watched later on. I watched them, but 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 you know what I mean. The three that I watched a lot of their movies when I was a little kid was Sean Connery, Roger Moore, and Pierce Brosnan. When I was a little kid, um, I just remember Pierce Brosnan shooting bad guys with the machine gun. Okay, um, and and so But as I got older, uh, uh, later on in my teen years, early 20, all this stuff, that's when I found out about George Lazenby, Timothy Dalton, Daniel Craig. Uh, okay. Um, now, um, GoldenEye got 78% and 83% from the audience score. So the critics on Rotten Tomatoes gave it 78%. The audience gave it 83%. Okay. Um, now, his second one, Tomorrow Never Die. Um, 57 from critics on Rotten Tomatoes, 53 from the audience. That's his second one. The third one, which I said I had a video game for when I was a little kid, and I still do to this day. The World Not Enough. 52. The audience, 49. And then the last one, Die Another Day, which I told you was the very first James Bond movie I ever saw in theaters. And got 56%. Wow. So technically, 56%, 56%, and the audience 41%. Um, technically, before I give you my ranking of his four, let me know your ranking down below in the comment section down below. You grew up with Pierre Brosnan. What's your favorite Pierre Brosnan? And which one out of all his four is your favorite? And which one you think is his most underrated James Bond movie? And would you like to see him make a fifth one? And also, are you excited for Pierre Brosnan to be in Black Adam? I am. Now, here's something before I give you my ranking of Pierre Brosnan James Bond movie from worst to best. According to Rotten Tomatoes, they gave Die Another Day a higher score, like a 56, I believe, and The World Not Enough, a 52. And more fans and YouTubers and critics consider Die Another Day and the worst James Bond movie. How can that happen? If you go by Rotten Tomatoes ranking, then Die Another Day is not the worst. Okay? Cause I've been here for a while now, like a year or two now. Now Die Another Day is the worst James Bond movie ever. If it is, it got pretty good decent score. It's 56, higher than The World Not Enough. So the Rotten Tomatoes like it better than The World Not Enough. But let me know what you thought of that. With that being said, um, come in and let's play the worst Pierce Brosnan James Bond movie. Even though I think it had some decent stuff in the movie, like some few good things and some good stuff in it. The rest of it is bad. That would be number 4 would be Die Another Day. Okay. I think like the first 20 minutes of the movie, 25 minutes. I don't know how long the opening is, but the opening is good. when James Bond, uh, the opening fight scene is good. When you see him get tortured and have a beard, it's good. But what hurt the movie is when he starts shaving, he beard off, and then after that, the rest of the movie goes down the tube. Um, he go to the ice planet, like where the Ireland, Iceland, or whatever. Harry Bailey. Um, all she does in the movie is damsel in distress. Look at me, I'm hot and sexy. Yeah, James Bond had to say it like 2 or 3 times in the movie. At least once. Oh, look at me. Yeah, I don't know what is it about the movie makers in the early 2000s. Uh, they didn't know how to make Harry Berry awesome and stuff in movies. All they do in early 2000s is just butcher Harry Berry. Like look at Catwoman. She got a award from being bad in Catwoman. She was not good in this movie. She won what? She won what? Jane Bond girl or Bond girl ever. And they were thinking about doing a like spinoff of her character. Thank goodness that they didn't do that. Terrible idea. Um, I know people didn't like James Bond skiing on the ice because it had a little CGI and stuff. They're like, what's the point of that? Um, Miranda Frost, she should have been she should either been the villain or she should have been the Bond girl. So this is one of the James Bond movies that it had some good stuff in it and with a lot of bad stuff in it. Okay, so number 4. Number 3, um, 3 and 2 are like debatable because they're both like okay. Um, like a lot of people say that he only had one good James Bond movie, Pierce Brosnan, and his rest of them, his rest of his James Bond movies are bad. Um, I would say that Pierce Brosnan it ain't his fault. It's the writers and the director. Okay, I think that if you were put Pierce Brosnan in an awesome James Bond movie like License to Kill, uh, Spy Who Loved Me, Casino Royale, he would have been good. So, it ain't his fault. It's the writer, the director. Cause we can all agree, Pierce Brosnan is doing his best. He doesn't look bad, James Bond. To me, he's the best looking James Bond. And both handsome. Okay, because when you have somebody play James Bond, you don't want them to be ugly. You want them to look good in the suit and bow tie. And so for number 3, I'm gonna go with Tomorrow Never Dies. Some people put this at number 2. So I had to think about this, but um, but there are some silly stuff in the movie that hurt the movie, and I am going to do a video, like a bunch of videos after No Time to Die comes out, how to take some of the like the bad game bombery or okay game bombery and how to make them better or how I would fix them. I think No Time to Die is one of them. Like uh, the the motorcycle chase. It'd been better if it was James Bond on the motorcycle, just by himself. Like if it was just him on the motorcycle, and then and the helicopter chasing James Bond on the motorcycle, and he strapped to the handcuff with that Chinese woman. It'd been better if it was just him. Then he did something awesome and kind of like similar to Captain America in the Winter Soldier. If he did something took a gun, shot the helicopter, threw something at it, or jumped up and tackled the helicopter, that would have been better than just handcuffed to the woman. I mean, that just hurt the thing. It's similar to a crochet thing in Spectre, where what could have been an awesome crochet thing in Spectre, but they just try to make the thing funny. I don't mind funny things in James Bond, but I think that at that moment, that thing, it could have been an awesome crochet, but they had to have James Bond be funny with a car getting in front of him, and James Bond try to push the right button and it didn't work. I'm like, we didn't need that. We didn't need that. Okay? Same thing right here. We didn't need James Bond handcuffed to a woman. It should have been just him buying the motorcycle, and then a few minutes later, took down the helicopter himself. Either shot it, or threw something at it, or jumped up and tackled it. It would have been awesome. Uh, and then the woman in here, a lot of people, I heard some people say she's like a female version of Jackie Chan. I'm like, yeah. So there are a lot of some good ideas and a lot of good stuff in the movie they could have done and make the movie better. They just change stuff around. And also, we didn't need him driving around in the parking garage with a remote control car. Yeah. But I do like the opening. The opening good. But then we had some, so that movie like a hit and miss. So if I had the opportunity to go back and take my idea and say, hey, do this, put my idea in here like I've been telling you, with the motorcycle thing, stuff like that, the movie probably been a lot better. Number two is The World Not Enough. The problem with this movie is the fight thing and also having two villains. I know, like a lot of the old Game Bomb movies, they'll have like a main bad guy and then they'll have a hitchman. Like Odd Job is the henchman, and then Goldfinger is the main bad guy. But here, um, the the bald head guy, I don't think he should be in the movie. I think it should have been just Electric King. Uh, um, I would like one just a woman to be a villain in a Game Bomb movie, and Electric King would look and were evil enough in the movie. She could have been the villain through the whole movie. And now more people might prefer Tomorrow Never Dies over this, but I like some of the stuff in the movie. I like Electric King, but I think that if they would just focus on Electric King and let me see who that guy. Renard. If Renard was in the movie and we got to Electric King, then the movie would probably been better for me, and the movie probably been a better James Bond movie. There's some good stuff in the movie. Probably one of the best things in the movie is when he shoot Electric King. And there's a dumb theory came out the other day that James Bond don't kill women. I'm like, really? Then you don't watch, you haven't seen all the James Bond movies, or you don't pay attention. You're like the dumb theory that James Bond is a code name. I'm like, then you don't pay attention to all the James Bond movies, or you haven't seen all the James Bond movies. Because they make reference in all the old James Bond movies that he was married. They did that, and they did that in Spy Who Loved Me when Triple X said you were asking a bunch of questions, saying a bunch of stuff, and then you were married one, yada yada yada. You know, I'm just paraphrasing, and then Game Bond, okay, what's your point? And then poor guy Donnelly went to the grave of his wife when she was buried. Then they mentioned that he was married again and liking to kill. You know, oh, he was married a long time ago. See, so that's three James Bond movies after on Her Majesty's Secret Service that make reference or mention that he was married. Fire Who Loved Me, For Guy Donnelly, and License to Kill. Um, now, um, so now one of the criticisms about the War Not Enough and why people don't like it is because of the fight thing, and I agree the fight thing is not that good. And also the Bond girl, Christmas Jones, they don't I don't know why. The two things, I think either because they make fun of her because she's not good in the movie, also her name, Christopher Jones. Yeah. Um, but one reason why I put it at number two, because I like Electric King. I think she should have been the bad guy because we never had a we never had a woman as the main villain. But I think that this movie should have put James Bond, put a woman at the main at the Bond. What I'm trying to say is this movie, the James Bond movie, the one on up should have Electric King as the villain. Cause things like every James Bond movie, it should have it gotta have a man as the villain. But the two James Bond movie where I think the woman should have been the female side character villain. I'm like, they're good enough to be the main villain in the movie. And Electric King with the henchwoman, the villain, which I'm like, nah, I think she's good, bad enough where she could have been the main villain. Uh, she almost better than Renard, more evil than Renard. All Renard does is just yell, ah! I'm like, no, I like Electra King, a character more than Renard. The guy that had the bullet in the head and can't feel no pain. And so the two best things about this movie is he shoots Electric King, James Bond does, and also this is the last James Bond movie with Desmond Llewellyn, the guy that played Q. And dad every time I watch it. Okay. But coming in at number one is GoldenEye. Um, for some fans, this is pure Boston best James Bond movie. Some fans, this is their favorite James Bond movie. For some fans, it's Goldfinger. For some fans, it's From Much of Love. For some fans, Skyfall. For some fans, it's Casino Royale. That's the thing about the James Bond franchise. Uh, Everybody had a different opinion about what James Bond was. Who's the best James Bond actor? Who's their favorite James Bond actor? Who's the least favorite James Bond actor? So on and so forth. Well, GoldenEye is good. Um, I remember watching a bunch of time as a little kid, and Martin Campbell directed two good James Bond movies. He did GoldenEye, and then he did Casino Royale. But I think I like GoldenEye better than Casino Royale. Well, that'd be for another video. Um, I would say this is probably Duncan Jansen best role, because then she went on to be in the X-Men movie. I wouldn't mind to see her come back in the MCU as Jean Grey. Sean Bean, I know there's a joke around that every single movie that he appeared in, he always died. You know, died in James Bond, died in Lord of the Rings, so on and so forth. This is a movie where Duncan Jansen killed people with his thigh. This is a James Bond movie where James Bond drives the tank to marked out. Part of that in the movie. And then he cracked through the wall and he fixed his tie like that. Hilarious. No small talk. No chit chat. No small talk. Yeah. I think this might be his favorite one. Cause there's a video. I highly recommend you watch it with Brosnan talk about this movie as he watched it. Like you know, do a commentary. And I watched it like a month ago. Highly recommend it. You watch that video. Um, um, but this would definitely would be in my top 10, maybe even my top 5. A lot of good stuff. Um, so and I know people say that GoldenEye hit that one and hit other three are garbage, not good. I'm like, hey look, it's the director. It's the director. To me, Pierce Brosnan is the best looking James Bond. Uh, uh, they just happen to make Pierce Brosnan being bad James Bond movie. Okay, imagine if they got different directors and like awesome director to make the other James Bond movie. Imagine they would be awesome. That's just my opinion. So that's my ranking. So let's recap. Number 4 would be Die Another Day for me. Number 3 would be Tomorrow Never Dies. Number 2 would be The World Not Enough. And number 1 would be GoldenEye. That's my ranking. Let me know what your ranking down below. And let me know, are you excited for No Time to Die? Hey, you're new to my channel? Hit the like button to subscribe. Thank you.